2021 was a very good year compared mainly with 2020. We recovered somehow the activity levels, the normal activity levels, not in full because the pandemic is still affecting in a significant way our lives, but we recovered significantly the activity levels that we used to have in 2019. This was reflected in a significant growth of the number of customers and activity levels, so loan growth, deposit growth, assets under management growth, private banking activities. We recovered somehow certain growth in our activities across the board. As I mentioned before, our activity levels were somehow recovered. Loans and deposits grew. So this is some back to normalities, I should say. So having this in our execution, we translate this into revenues that grew during the year. We were able to match cost in a significant way. So our efficiency levels are very close to our target levels that we established for the medium term. One positive surprise in 2021 was the cost of risk. It came significantly better than we were expecting and much better than it was in 2020, and this helped a lot of our profit generation. With these outcomes from the year, we were able to regenerate organically capital that allow us to start to pay dividends and to do share buybacks that I am sure that our shareholders appreciate a lot. And finally, the way we do this was in a sustainable way, in the sense that we make significant progress in our environmental targets, doing things in a responsible way from the social point of view and with the very high governance, internal governance standards. So this allows us to obtain more than 8 billion euros net profit during the year, with a return on tangible equity close to 13%. That is close to the lower bound of our target range that we established in 2019. So we recovered 2019 results, and the results were the highest in more than a decade. The environment in 2022, I'm optimistic about the pandemic. So I think the pandemic, rather sooner than later, is going to be over. But we have another factors that are here. Some of them are here to stay. I want to name, namely, the first one, inflation. Suddenly, inflation went up significantly and is more persistent than we thought at the beginning when this started to show up. Given this situation, the central banks are reacting, are increasing rates, and very likely the fiscal policy is going to be less expansive than they were in 2020 and 2021. With this macro outlook, we should be able to keep growing our businesses in several dimensions. First, the number of customers. We expect to keep growing the number of customers on the back of significant digital transformation we are investing in. We're going to continue to invest strongly in our main priorities, namely the One Santander, the Pack on X, the digital consumer bank, that are our main strategic priorities. We're going to continue to invest there. This should translate into a significant growth of the number of customers, providing those customers a even better quality of service. If we do that, and I'm hopeful that we're going to execute properly in this dimension, this should translate into what is usual. Activity levels will go up, revenues, we translate this into revenues, and we expect to have good cost control in this more demanding environment, given the inflationary levels in many countries. And finally, the cost of risk is not going to be as low as it was in 2021 because some extraordinary factors, but we expect to be well in control of the cost of risk. If we are able to execute properly this, for sure there is good news ahead of us for our shareholders, for all our stakeholders, including the shareholders. Finally, I should say that, say you thanks for the confidence you show in us, and on behalf of myself and all the employees of the bank for the confidence that year after year you are showing to us.